I just watched Terence Crawford's interview today on ESPN's First Take with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman from HBO. If you don't know, Kellerman is, a rising star in the ESPN analyst, ranks, and love Kellerman on that show, to be honest. But we back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic, of course. And Terence Crawford took some shots at Errol Spence specifically. Was asked who he wants. He basically said what I already said in my last video. He wants Keith Thurman. He sees Keith Thurman as the number one guy. And then, they asked him about what about Errol Spence, because Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith thinks Errol Spence is better than Keith Thurman, not Keith Thurman dick in the dirt. And Stephen A. Smith said, "I'm telling you that Errol Spence is going to beat the shit out of Keith Thurman." Basically, Terence Crawford says, "You don't know that." He said that they were talking about the eyeball test. He says the eyes can lie to you sometimes, and he's right. But then he goes on to say that he wants Keith Thurman. And if they said, what if Errol Spence beats Keith Thurman? Then he says, then we can get it on. He says he sees it with Errol Spence, but you never know what can happen in the ring. And basically what Terence Crawford was saying between Errol and Keith Thurman. He says, it's different. When you step in there with each other, you think one thing going to happen and then something else happens. He's absolutely right. You can't jump to the conclusion, I know Errol Spence going to beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ain't no pushover and no chump neither. He might not be the most durable guy in the world, but he ain't no chump. People act like Errol Spence is just about to walk on water and just get rid of Keith Thurman like that. He didn't get rid of Kell Brook like that. And Keith Thurman's a way better fighter than Kell Brook, in my opinion, at this point in their careers. And, like I said, he's just blowing smoke, dog. Like, it's basically, I'm gonna use this analogy. It's like a dog on a chain. That dog ain't getting off the chain. And you one of them kids that's teasing it and teasing it and teasing it, and the dog just getting riled up, but you teasing it, you teasing them, but that dog, it ain't getting off that chain. It's not getting off the chain, and if so happen the dog somehow gets off the chain, watch how that kid's demeanor changes. His face drops, he freezes up, he becomes in a panic mode. And I believe Terence Crawford is going to be in that same scenario one day. But you know what? Maybe he don't think he's going to get away from top rank, which is damn near impossible to do without a great team around you. He can pop off all the shit he wants to right now. Because, for the matter of fact, he's not getting a shot at Keith Thurman. Never. It's not happening unless he fights some other PBC fighter and works his way through those ranks. Or he gets with Al Heyman. Bob Arum was not allowing him. When he said he wanted to fight Keith Thurman, Bob Arum shut him down after the Felix Diaz fight. He said, I don't know why he said that dumbass shit. Keith Thurman injured. We ain't thinking about that. And he knows Master Bob Arum ain't going to let him do that. So he just popping off shit and just stirring up commotion, knowing that he's not going to fight Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. It sounds good, but he knows it's not going to happen in the near future. It's not going to happen. Your own boss, Bob Arum, won't even let you go fight Jeff Horn so you could bring some credentials to the table versus Keith Thurman. And as far as Errol Spence, it sounds good, brother. But how you think you're going to just walk over because you was the number one guy at the junior welterweight division and just going to step up and fight Keith Thurman off rip? And then if that do happen and you lose, I needed a stay warm or stay busy fight. That's what be killing me. These boxers talk so good, and they know the fight cannot happen. He knows it cannot happen. And then he said, yeah, if Errol Spence beats Keith Thurman, then I'm gonna say let's get it on, and watch if that happen. This motherfucker don't mention Errol Spence's name. I guarantee you he won't, bro. He knows he's no serious threat to going over to PBC, unless he's working with Al Heyman behind the scenes, and I doubt that. And I just hate when people just pump fake and play with the fans' emotions and play with the crowd's emotions. And he gonna fuck around and turn around and fight a motherfucker like Jesse Vargas. He couldn't even. They couldn't even make a fight between him and Adrian Broner. They can't make a fight between him and Mikey Garcia. If you can't get a Mikey Garcia fight, and he said, I understand I can't get a Mikey Garcia fight because of the promotional issues. Well, Mikey Garcia basically got the same manager and promoter as Keith Thurman. So how the fuck you gonna get a fucking a Keith Thurman fight when you can't even get a fucking Mikey Garcia fight? And Mikey Garcia is willing to fight you, but your promoter won't work with him. But your promoter gonna work with Keith Thurman. You out your goddamn mind. I just be sick of motherfuckers popping off and blowing smoke up the fans' ass. And 2 years down the line, he still ain't fought no fucking body. He gonna be defending that raggedy ass WBO top ranked belt for the rest of his motherfucking career. You know what I mean? Until he leave. And his contract with Top Rank can't be up. He didn't have like 10 to 12 fights with Top Rank. So he must have read up or been in a fucking 360 boxing contract or some shit. But we gone.